All right, so you're welcome once more. No need to introduce myself. You guys already know me. Um, those that I'm seeing some new names here. It's like this is the first time. But either ways, we have talked a lot during these 4 days. During these 4 days we have had so far. So basically, yesterday we didn't have a session because I was trying to prepare some things, especially working on something like this, so that you guys should be able to look at my screen while I'm working. And I I thank God that everything worked smoothly. So basically, you're going to see how I'm working with Canva tonight. Yes, most of you said that you find a lot of difficulties using Canva, right? I saw some stuff inside the group like they have a lot of difficulties using Canva. Yeah, so you're going to see how I'm using Canva today to work. So from my own perspective, I've seen Canva as one of the best graphic designing tool so far. Even though we have tools like Photoshop, um, After Effects, and also this other one for this another Adobe tool like this. There's one tool we have Photoshop, After Effects, and AI. AI is okay Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. Voila. So those are tools that obviously in the course everything will be introduced in it. Yeah, so for now I'm not having Adobe. So as time goes on, we'll be updating the course, fixing everything, and I hope everything will be adjusted to make everything good. So I'll start by introducing the Canva application to you again. I already did that in the video, but I'm just going to try to do, but I'm going to do it in a rap way. I know that you guys have already watched the video and you know you have actually you know how it looks like. So this is the interface for the Canva. That's how it looks like. What you're seeing there. This is how Canva looks like. What you're seeing like this is how it looks like. Based on my phone. I've been working with my phone lately. The video you guys saw, right? Like I said in the video, Canva mobile and Canva, that's Canva on your mobile phone and Canva on your PC. There's no, we don't have a lot of differences. So the features are kind of the same. Yes, but I love using my PC because it gives me like um some clear ideas to just go directly. Like you navigate, I have my keyboard, I just type like going to my keyboard on my phone. It's kind of stressful. So that's why I love using my Canva PC. But even though using the Canva mobile and the Canva PC, it's sort of the same thing. So there is no big difference between Canva PC and your Canva mobile. So that's why majority of the videos I'll be doing it using my phone, while some I'll be doing it using my PC. Yes. So it's just to bridge a difference so that when you study the PC version of how to design using Canva, you also be able to study what we call the mobile version on how to use Canva. So based on that, right, what we're going to work today with all right, what we're going to work today with is try to navigate ourselves through Canva. So the first thing we're going to be working on it's all right. Let me just go to course structure. So yesterday's session we're supposed to look at overview of popular design tools focusing based on Canva, how to use Canva for branding. So the first thing I'll be looking at is how you can use Canva for branding. So we have something like, hope you guys are seeing my icon, please. Are you seeing my mouse cursor?
Well, I think, but the movement is not clear.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if, but either ways. So you're seeing the open menu, right? The spelling for that open menu. Hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just try allowing some of you guys to speak when you're not seeing me, please, when you have any problem, like if you're not seeing my cursor and the other stuff, you either comment or you actually talk. I'll just unmute each and everyone. So this is it. So I love Canva UI because interface because it's very, very clear and straightforward. So you have ability to search for over 1 million different templates. Like you have CVs, let me say birthday flyers and the rest. So you can search for birthday flyers. It's going to scan the app. You're going to see birthday flyers, various birthday flyers. That's how you can search for other stuff. But I hate using templates. Templates are just like ideas, you get. So I'll go back to my homepage. I hate building. Let's say if you want to become a good designer, the best thing is you forget about template. Forget about template. Template is not going to help you. You using a custom build tool to just like edit, no, it makes no sense. So if I click here, you see my various designs that I've done. But if it's your first time using Canva, you're not going to see anything. Everything here will be like you can see. I can click on show more. You're going to see everything, the various design. So this is actually the design I use for the introduction on how to use Canva. All right, and the various design that I've been doing so far. So you can click on show more to show the various design that you have done. So that's how you can actually view your various design that you have done. So the first thing is actually the home page. The home page actually contains everything. You have the resume builder here, Twitter header. And if you want to build a Twitter header, you can click on it. You have logo, you have education. That's kind of like you creating a presentation. You have a sheet, you have a document, you have a whiteboard, presentation. Also, you have social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, and the rest. So we're going to be expanding or talking more on that. We have photo editors if you want to edit photos. This one is just a new tool that Canva just added to it. You also have video editors. We'll be doing video animations and other things. Yeah, that's very nice. We'll be using all of these. We have websites. You can create website using Canva. That's the best part too. Yes, I tried using it one time like that. You can create a website using Canva. So you have also your customized sites, but this is what we're going to start with, because we're going to focus on three things today, which I'll try to show you. The first thing I'm going to work on is how you can create a brand kit. How you can create a brand kit. That's the first we're going to talk on today. How to create a brand kit. Hope you guys are there. If you're writing, you can write how to create a brand kit. How to create a brand kit. That's the first we'll be talking on today. All right, I'm just going to explain what the brand kit is all about. Then I'll try to show apply it here, or show you how it works on the Canva application directly, so that you see how everything goes. Okay, a brand kit is simply the various mixtures of or design elements that you're using, or design things, stuff that you're using to build up a brand. A brand kit just simply talks on your logo, your colors, your fonts, and the rest, the typography you're using, and the various stuff that you are also using. Let's take, for example, if you want to build a brand, basically what you need is actually the brand kit. The brand kit actually identifies you. So actually a brand kit, let me just take it in clear terms, is actually a visual identity kit, also called a brand kit. Visual identity kit is also called a brand kit. It's a package of visual elements that define a brand's appearance. It helps maintain consistency across marketing, web, print, and social media. So these are the various categories of designs. So we have websites, that's UIs. We have marketing, for example, we have flyers and the rest. We also have print. Print, you also have flyers, posters, and the rest. Social medias, you have YouTube banners, thumbnails, and the rest. So that's what a brand kit is, just a combination of all of those stuff that actually makes your design look, or your brand makes it more visible. So the first we'll be talking on is actually the logo. The logo is actually the first element of a brand kit. The logo is actually the first element of a brand kit. If you want to build any brand, the first you need to take into consideration is the logo of that brand. Let me take you down to what I've done concerning the screwdriver logo. So I'll just open this. So the network is kind of slow, but you just permit me. Okay. I just hope everything goes smoothly. All right. So that's that. I'll just try explaining the blanket based on what I have here. You get. So basically, what you're seeing now, you're seeing my logo or the logo screwdriver. What I use, I just basically use some basic design elements like um we have shapes. I use shapes here. I use typography, which is the text and the rest. So the various things I can take into consideration here about my blanket is my color, the font, the logo, what you're seeing here. I can see the color, which is just to my primary and then my secondary color. My primary color is actually blue, while my secondary color is actually white. So before you want to create a blanket, the first thing is you need to do a proper research about the brand you're building. If your brand is talking about, let's say, skill, they were basically, like we said the other day, that's the other day we had a class, okay. We said that blue simply stands for trust, right? Yes, trust stands for trust, and also a brand that showcases how trust and okay, trust. All right, we talk on trust. We also talk on this thing is not coming. Trust. All right, trust and simplicity. Yeah, trust and simplicity. That's what blue actually stands for. All right, so basically what you're seeing here, I have two things that I took into consideration based on the design. Basically, I don't know what thing, because before I wanted to start, first of all, I draw down something. I did my research on the colors I'm to use, basically on the brand I'm building, use the various colors and the rest, things like that. So this is it. When you want to actually design something of this, it is very, very simple. It's not hard. Yes, after you have actually realized that's your color, the color you want to use for your design, you realize the typography, the types of text you want to use for your design, and also you now know the fonts. That's the primary and the secondary fonts you're using. So I'm just going to rebrand this. I've already built it, so I'm just going to do something similar to it. Yeah, so this is what you're going to do. The first thing is you go back to your home, you click on this icon. Okay. You click on these three icons here, you click on home. Let's go back to the home page. Okay. This is the home page now. This is the first first view you're going to see. So the first thing you to do is you go to your custom size. You click on custom size. But if you want to create a brand kit, you see this thing there that shows brand, right? Are you seeing this brand? Can you see this brand?
Okay.
Okay. Yes, the brand actually is for pro users. Yes, since my account is free, you click on the brand, it's going to open an interface. The interface, the first thing that you're going to see there is the brand kit. Have you seen? Yes, so the first you're going to see there is a brand kit. So I have like a single brand kit there. I just trying doing some, playing out some things on. So I'll just click on it. You can actually search for other brand kits, but you can actually design your own brand kit. Or just click on it. You're going to see the brand kit, what it is made up of. So the first thing now is for a brand kit, please look at this very keenly. Please take time to look at this. The first thing there you're seeing is logos, right? That's the first thing. Yes, that's the first thing I talk about your brand. Your brand needs to have a logo. That's the first thing, the first element of a brand kit. The next is the color. For a free user, you can use just 3 major colors. You get just 3 major colors, and you cannot import a logo for free users. You are seeing this icon here, this crown icon. It simply means it's free users, you cannot use logo. You get. So the next is color. The next is the various fonts. So here you can add your fonts based on whatsoever you want to use. You can add various fonts and other stuff. And you have the brand voice. The brand voice just simply means what your brand speaks of. If your brand sounds friendly, if your brand sounds how can I put it? If your brand sounds professional, if your brand is actually meant for, let's say, relationship, building strong relationship, and other things like that, you get. So the next is photos. You can customize. You use photos for your brand. You use graphics. You use icons. You use charts, and these are the various brand kits or the various elements that makes up a good brand kit. But you're not going to be seeing how I'm using, let's say, the logo, let's say importing the logos, the rest. So what we're going to work on is actually the color. Yes, the color. So basically in Skilldewa logo, or what I realized is I was supposed to use a blue color. You get. So what you do is you can click on this, you click on it, you move to your cursor to somewhere. But the first thing is you realizing, let's say, all right, so that's the color I use, and then I said my primary color was blue, while my secondary color was white, and I can use any color to actually do some retouching on my design. So this is how you can actually create your brand kit. This one now you can use it wherever design wants to use. Let's say for example, this is actually a customized design, because if you're creating a brand, you need to be using just one and the same color. That's why I see majority of the designs I'm doing, I use just one color mixture. You're seeing majority of it, either it's white, either it's blue, either it's white or either it's blue. What I can do, I can mix some other colors with it to actually make it look a little bit good. You get. So that's how you can customize or create a brand kit using Canva. Hope everything is okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so go back to our home page. All right, let me show you now how to build the brand, let's say a logo. The first thing is how to create a logo. So talking about a logo, we have some various actually say various typography that is used for logo, and I'm going to send that in the form. Various typography that is actually used for logo. So the first thing is I hate to use, you can search here for templates of logos, but I hate using templates. So I click on my customized size, meaning you're going to put your own size. So for logo, it's actually 500 by 500 pixels. 500 by 500 pixels. Yes, for logo, you mostly use the 500 by 500. When you do that, you just click on enter. You're going to go to this new interface. So let's just wait for it to load a little bit. Okay, so that's that. You're going to see various templates that come. Have you seen? So I know actually that the size of a logo is 500 by 500. That's why you're seeing other logos here that have already been created. Are you seeing? Are you guys seeing? John?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So that's why you are already let's say I know the size, because it's actually going to be a square shape. I know the size of it. So the first thing is what I need to do is I want to rebrand skill. I want to try to build something similar to what I did. So the first thing is what I use is actually I use some various. I never wanted to just focus based on text, based on text. So or typography. So I try using some other things like shapes. So the first shapes I use, you click on elements. Hope you guys are seeing my mouse the way it's moving. You click on elements. So
Yes.
yeah, since you have not created any design on Canva, all your recent use here will be actually empty. You won't have any recent use. But if you have created anything, if you have used any elements, you're going to see. So you can come here, you search elements. You can search it here. Let's say it's a rectangle. You're going to see, you click on the rectangle, you're going to see the various type of rectangle that will be provided. But since actually, excuse me, let me try. Okay, that's it. Have you seen? Hope it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So,
No.
so it's just that Telegram is still upgrading based on this. It's video sharing and other stuff. All right. So you click now here. I'll try to make the corner to be a little bit round. Then I'll reduce the size. So you guys, hope you're seeing how I'm reducing the size. What I do is you click on, look on your top corner rounding. You click on the corner rounding. You can make the corner to be around like a circle, more like a circle. You can actually make it to a little bit round. So you're just actually putting a border radius to it. You're just actually putting a border radius to it. So the first thing is I'll reduce this shape. You just, if you're using your key, let's say your PC, you just right click, then you move your mouse based on the place you want to reduce, and then now you can carry and put it wherever I want to put it. I'll just put it there. I'll try reducing it to this point. So that thing is too sharp. For me, it's too round. I'll reduce it again. Okay, that is that. So the next thing I'm going to use is what I'm going to use next is actually I'm going to double click this. So I'm going to double this. So what I just did is you click on this plus sign here. It's going to duplicate the elements that you actually clicked on. So the first thing, you just move it a little bit, position it a little bit on your on that your other element. So the next is you try making the man to be a little bit dark. Okay. So have various blue, right? You can double click on it. You're going to see now make it to a little bit darker than the other blue, so that will show some stuff. Okay. Have you seen?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys seeing?
Yes.
Okay. So
Please
that's
take it
that.
over.
All right. I'll just press Ctrl Z to go back. So when you've duplicated your work, or that's your elements, what you do now is I need to make this man, let's say the behind elements to be a little bit darker than this one, so that you try to make a little bit of modification. So what I just did is I need to move this man a little bit, let's say move it a little bit this way. Okay, so the behind element now is that one behind. What I do now is you go now to the colors. You see the color icon here. You double click on it. It's going to open the color interface. Yeah, now if you just double click on it, it's going. If you single click, let's say you just click on it, it's going to put the blue back, but I don't need a blue, so I'll just double click on it for it to open this interface where you can see gradient colors. You can see also solid colors. The gradient colors now, you guys know gradient now. Let's say I want to modify that stuff. I want something to be a little bit shining and other things like that. So are you seeing the different color now? Have you guys seen the different colors now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's that. That's how you can actually duplicate or change the color of an element, let's say behind of the other one. So the next is what I want to do is based on the script. I'm just trying to replicate what I've already done. So what I want to do is, so it's basically on your own logo. You can actually use text. Well, I'm going to do a videos where you're going to be using just text to design a good logo. You basically use just elements like these, let's say shapes to design a good logo and the rest. But yeah, I use shapes and text. So what I'm just going to do is I want this man to a little bit somewhere here. It's not easy. So you just try, you make it to align very well. So you just, excuse me, okay. All right, so that's that. The next thing now, I need a text, or the first, next I'm going to group it. I'm going to group the element. So if you're using your computer like what I'm using, you right click, you left click, then you drag your mouse over it. You're going to see the group icon here. You click on the group. So I've already grouped it. Now I can move both elements. Have you seen? Hope it's okay. Hope it's clear. How to group elements.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next is I'm just going to reduce the
Yes.
size. Yes, I'm just going to reduce the size a little bit. Then what I need now is actually a text. So I'm going to send the various for logos. Logos have its own typography. You don't just use any font to design a logo. No, you don't do that. So I'm going to send the various fonts that I mostly use for logos designing. So the first is actually Helvetica. It's actually clean and modern. So I'm just going to show you the various what I'm talking about here. You click on text, you can search it. It's Helvetica. Appear to now. Enter. Have you seen Helvetica World? So I'm going to use the four typography that I've just sent. I'm just going to double click on it or a single click, so it's going to appear here. So that's the Helvetica word here. So what I just need is the letter S. I just need S. Then that's the S. I'm just going to increase the size a little bit. Or double click. Then above the text, I'll change it to white. Or change the color to white. Then yes, to white, so that I want to place it on top of the blue now. Hope it's okay. Hope everything is clear. Brian. Julia, hope you're there. You'll be silently. Alright, so that's how you can. So what I've just done now, I've just created a logo. A logo, it does not mean you must create something very, let's say you mix colors here and there. No. Something very simple like this. Still a logo. You get, actually represents skill. Then I start with an S. Alright, all good. It starts with an S. Actually represent the brand I'm working on. So the next, I'm just going to group everything now. I'll group. So that now, basically, when I move I'm moving everything. So that's that. You can see that I'm just going to expand it so you see the logo. That's what we have built. So that's what we've built. Have you guys seen?
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen. I'm trying to
Yeah.
group my own. Yeah, it's not going though. Someone says I've
You're trying to
forgotten.
group your own. All right. Are you using a machine?
Yeah, I'm using the machine.
Okay. When you want to group it, you just long press on you. Press the left key on your mouse, you long press it, you move it. Like when you want to copy something on your copy any document, a series of documents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just long press and you move your mouse over the elements that you want to copy. You're going to see, or you want to group, yes. You're going to see the group, it's going to automatically appear there.
Okay. Let me try.
Yes. So when you do that, I think that'll be okay. So the first typography we used was Helvetica. I'm going to duplicate this thing. I'm going to duplicate it. Then what I just need now is I'm just going to copy. Let me do it so that you guys should see. The first thing is I want to use the other, let's say, the other typography to create the logo. Like I want to change the S to using another typography. So I will just double click. Let me delete this one first. I've selected a page. So this is a page, right? I can just click on it, add page. It's going to add a new page. Since I've already designed, let's say, majority of the design, I just want to change by the typography. What I do, I left click or I right click on it, then I click on copy. Move now to the other page. It's just like you're copying something from a machine. It's the same thing there. So move now to the other page now. This is the empty page now. I paste it there. You see paste. So that's it. So I ungrouped it. What I need now, I want to change this man, the font of this man to something else. So the next one the next typography I'll be using is it Futura? Futura. That's it. So you have Futura. So that's a Futura. You have different types of Futura. So you have seen now, okay, just click on change all. Okay. So you have seen now we're having another, let's say another, we have used another typography there. Are you seeing? And the difference between this and this, hope you guys have seen. There's a clear difference between this first and this
Yes.
second. Yes. So we're going to do same for the third one because we need to use all the. I'm just going to paste it again. All right. The next time I'm going to change this one to something else. What's the next? The next is Garamon. Control Z to go back. Sorry, I didn't see that. So I'm just going to go back here. The next is Garamon. Please, I've already sent the names inside. So don't be confused why I'm saying Garamon. So that's a Garamon. Click on it. Have you seen the changes now? Are you guys seeing?
Yeah.
Okay, the last one will be Beba's New. Beba's New. Okay, that's that. All right. So on group it, since that thing is not well aligned, we talked about alignment the other day. I'm just going to make it to be centralized and well aligned. So that's that. What I've just done here is I've just rebranded the Skildera logo. There is no difference there. Are you seeing? So what I just did, I used different typographies. You're seeing, right? I've used different typographies. That's it. So this is how you can create a simple logo using just elements and elements of design. That's shape and a type and text and font. Hope everything is okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I hit the other one there. So if everything is okay, you guys can just comment now so that I'll know that everything is good. If everything is good, you can just you can use anything.
Yes, sir.
Everything is good now.
So I'm not understanding how you put that S. Did you just merge those other letters and you were left with
Okay, the
S?
thing is, all right. The thing is, if you want, but you've already, you know how to group it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you've grouped this in your stuff, the next thing is for you need to just add by text. So you can actually display this. What I did was I copied. This is the first design we did. This is the first logo we did. What I did is I copied this stuff. Right? I just let's say you want to copy anything, just click on it there, click on left click right click there, click on copy. I copy now, I go now to the next page. Then I paste. It's the same thing that's going to appear. Then what happens? All right, so the next now is you ungroup it. Since I want to do a changes, but just on this typography, right? Just the fonts, right? You ungroup it there, double click on the fonts. You're going to see the font at the top, which was used was Helvetica World. So I want to change that to something else. So I'm just going to click. I'm going to use something else, no longer. So I'm going to use Antone for this. You get? So I'm going to use Antone. Have you seen how it has changed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's how you can change it. So Antone is actually
That's not where my problem is, sir.
All right, talk.
Like, how did you do to first of all bring the S in the logo?
Okay. I'll just change the color of that S to something else. All right, you understood how this thing was built now?
The square box.
Yeah, just add put in the shapes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you're done putting the shapes, now the next thing is I need a text. I need a text. You click now on the text icon here, right?
Yes, sir.
You click on the text icon, you're going to see this interface that is going to open. You just need to search for the various fonts that you've used. I've give you guys the names of the font that is good for logo. We've talked about Helvetica World or Helvetica. We've talked on Futura, Garamond, Debas New, and the next I'll add there is Antone. So these are all good fonts for logo. If you want to create any logo, even if it's just a text-based logo, it's good to use all of these. So you see, majority of people creating logo, this is what they use. So when you click now on the text, what you just need to do now, you search for the name Helvetica. You just search Helvetica and then click on your search. You double click now on the text where you see the fonts. Where my icon is, this place I'm moving my mouse, my cursor. You double click on it. You're going to add the text there. So I just double click on it multiple times. That's why you're seeing a vertical word, a vertical word, a vertical word there, right? So what I need is just an S. Since it's Skildera, just an S. Just an S. So I'll delete the rest. I'll delete this. I'll delete this other one. So I need just an S. What I do now, I'll reduce the size to a particular shape. Then I increase it to be something like this. Then now I need to bold it. You click it. What you do, you double click on it. You double click on the space, then you click on bold. You have bold the text. Then you just carry it, you move it now on your design. Hope it's okay now.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. So hope that's the only problem.
Yeah.
Okay. That means you are good.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to adjust my thing back. Alright, so that's how you can play alongside building logos here. We cannot work on, let's say, there are other things we are going to work on today, so we're not just going to be focused on logos. So the next thing we're going to focus on is flyer design. You guys have seen how you can play with logos, and I've give you guys the various fonts that you can use in creating logos. So if you have any problem when it comes to logos, you let's say you look up to these various fonts or the typography that I've used, it is very, very essential. In the course, I'm going to do ones that will just be using just typography, just text to build or to design the logo. Are you guys hearing? So we're going to use just text. But the first thing is when you choose your color first of all matters. I'm going to also add a tutorial. Let me just make it here so that let me add it on my schedule on my work. So how to get various colors, or like you might have choose, let's say you choose a particular color, right? Then you want to use that color in branding or in creating your brand. You get. So the first thing is, Jesslyn, your hand is up. Any problem? So the first thing is when you choose your color, you need to know the color mixture. I realize that blue and white can actually match, and then the meaning of the blue combined with the white actually speaks about my brand. You get. That's why I choose to use the blue and the white. Hope is okay. Lord,
Yeah,
this more
okay.
okay. This more Man City is your first time here. I thought he left. Oh, sorry. I had a little bit of glitch here. But I hope you guys can see my stuff now. Hope you guys can see that's what my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seeing.
so I had a little bit of glitch. because of that guy. He make almost, I don't know. Okay, so that's how you can build logos. It is very, very simple and straightforward. You don't need to think much. What you see people building, let's take for example the logo for Nike. If you look at it very well, they are just play alongside with text. They are just sometimes they play alongside with various shapes before they come and they come across the design you're seeing. So there's no big deal on how to let's say design a logo. That's how simple designing a logo is. So the next we're going to talk on it. I'm just going to go back to home. So the best with Canva is you automatically save your design. You don't need to save it. You automatically save it. So this is my home page. So I've talked about logos, how to design logos. You get? We have talked about how to design logos. Please, you guys will excuse me so that I'll stop recording, then I'll start recording another session about flyers. So excuse me a little bit.